Men that want to be successful in polygyny don't play with time. They don't play with money. They don't play in polygyny because polygyny is not to be played with. There's consequences to our actions. There's punishments attached to what we do and not do. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatima, Coach Fatima, co-founder of Outstanding Personal Relationships and the author of Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, I'm 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships along with my co-wife, Coach Nyla, and our husband, Coach Nadir. Now, in this video, it's just for those of you that are new, but in this video, I want to tackle a pressing topic, and that is he wants the sex, but not the responsibilities of having a wife. Now, I'm making this video because I've been asked this question a lot. I was recently working with a client, and she asked me about intimacy, and we have a few videos here on our YouTube channel that are speaking about intimacy and polygyny and marriage. And polygyny is just another form of marriage that predates Islam. We've said that many times because it is a fact. Now, with that being said, this can happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen people get married, brothers get married, have multiple wives, and then one wife is just kind of just sitting there in limbo, and she doesn't know quite what's going on because she might have to find her husband. She hasn't seen him. She doesn't get her nights. She doesn't get her rights. And I've stated this before. You know, everybody's situation is not cookie cutter. It's just not. Everybody's situation is different. It's customizable to your specific calendar and what everyone involved agrees upon. So if you're on every 24-hour calendar with your husband, if you're on every 48, every week, every 3 months, whatever it is that meets the needs for your specific family is important. So for anybody that's new, please do not compare your chapter 1 with our chapter 12 in polygyny. Going on 12 years in polygyny in our specific situation. But speaking to the topic of this video, sometimes it does happen. You'll get people that are predators and they just want to pick a wife and then drop her and then pick up another wife and drop her and just keep sampling women and collecting wives and not seeing the work through and not wanting to be a long-term husband. They want to pick the short term versus the long-term responsibility. So you find that so many women are falling prey to the predator that just wants the temporary wife or the sample wife or the dry run wife. They don't want the whole package. They don't want the responsibilities of being a husband. Just want to give you all a heads up on my group coaching. I'm so excited about it. So many of you have asked about it. And if you're on a wait list, make sure that you sign up to be on my wait list for group coaching by visiting coachfatima.com to register for that. It's so exciting. I have so many different things to share with you all. If you want to level up and meet the champion within, please join and become a part of the wait list. I'll see you guys soon. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. And part of being a husband is not going into marriage saying that, you know what, I'm going to let this fail. I don't care. I'm not worried about her rights. I'm not worried about the children. I'm not worried about anything or anyone but myself. Now, that can happen with women as well. But last time I checked, women don't practice polygyny. Men do. Here at OPR, we're pro moral. So I'm a practicing Muslim. In our culture, men can have up to 4 wives. It is clear. And we don't have multiple husbands. We don't do that. So I'm speaking specifically to, within the sense or the culture that accepts that men have multiple wives, just for clarity. Because some people just don't know what they don't know. So I really want to be clear about what I'm saying here. So, but back to the topic once again, it does happen. Some people just are not the men for the job. Some people are not the husbands that they need to be, and we've talked about what you need to be a wife, what you need to possess as far as attributes and actionable plans as a wife in polygyny. Some women are not wanting to do this. Some women are like, I'll just marry this man and I'll get rid of him and then I'll just get married again. Some people do that. It's not the vast majority, but there's some that can give it a bad name because of their actions. Now, for those of us that want it to work and we want our families to win, is it always easy? No, it's not always easy, but it definitely is difficult if you have a husband that just wants the wife and just to collect the women, because then we got to ask ourselves, is that the true role of a husband? Is that the true actions of the king or the leader in the family? Is it? It's not. So, and it's not allowed to just, haphazardly get married and whenever you feel like it, get divorced for whatever reason you want with no care in the world, no trying, no exhausting every effort. We have to be careful with the people that we marry. And we have to make sure that we are presenting ourselves as our best selves. Are we always happy? Are we always in tune with our spouses? No. But, to be, on the same page, you got to be in the same book. And I learned that myself. I was married very young. I've been married 26 years to Coach Nadir. But with my youth, I wanted my marriage to work. I didn't want it to fail. And he wanted the same thing. So we worked toward building a solid marriage and not sitting and going, he wasn't sitting there going, I'm going to collect somebody else in about a year, 6 months. And then I'm going to dump her and then I'm going to collect somebody. That's not how that works. And I need to say that because we need to quit shying away from certain topics. So here at OPR, we'd like to talk about the things that people or society have made taboo for us to talk about. Because if we're not opening up the discussion, how can we have a voice? How can we start our healing journey? And how can we make things better? How can we make the area of polygyny better? How can we represent it in a healthy way? How can we do it in it's honest and it's harmonious, it's peaceful, it's cordial. How can we do that if we don't talk about these topics? So I wanted to speak about that. Men that want to be successful in polygyny don't play with time. They don't play with money. They don't play in polygyny because polygyny is not to be played with. There's consequences to our actions. There's punishments attached to what we do and not do. That's if we have ill intentions, some people have them. Some wives have them, some husbands have them, but I'm really not speaking to the wives right now, but I am speaking to those that just say, I want to collect the women so I can collect the sexual activity and forget the role of husband that has to be, just completely balanced. I don't care about the other stuff. I just want her for the physical part. I don't need her for anything else. I don't have any use for her for anything else. So I wanted to talk about that because we have to think about the trauma that we cause in our lives and in the lives of others. And we have to think about what's attached to the trauma. And especially if you go into something and you have ill intention, you got to know, your chickens will come home to roost and you got to be real careful. So I wanted to just really say that and just know that men that are very serious about polygyny and they're serious about their relationship, their marriage, their wives, they do everything that they can to help the situation, to take care of the heart, to take care of the soul of the women. And that doesn't mean they got to hold your hand through every challenge. Sometimes you got to get out of your own way, help yourself too. Because if good men wanted us to be happy right away, they'd go, boom, be happy, and they make that happen. But we got to watch that because our happiness should not lie in the hands of someone else. It's about working together, coming together, coming up with a hard conversation that you need to have and having it. But for those that just want to collect women for sex and they just want the wife to just say, here's my trophy wife, this is what it is, look at me and my wives, that man, you got to ask yourself, is he one? What kind of man is he? So I like to be around people that are healthy, mind, body, and soul, and that are even in a place where they're still learning and they're on their learning curve. I'm on mine. I'm working on me every day. I'm studying every single day. You can be a coach all you want, but you got to understand that you can't become obsessed with ego and arrogance and all these different things that are not going to serve you. They're just going to hurt you in your relationship. So self-study and working on your happiness, having a plan, figuring some things out, having self-awareness, evaluating your situation is always important because that's always happening. We're always checking in and making sure that our environment is healthy for us. Just because it's not perfect and you're not going to get perfection in polygyny, that's not going to happen because you're dealing with people. And that's okay. We're not to lead these perfect lives. We're going to have challenge. You're still going to have it. People are still going to pass away around us. People are still going to not understand sometimes. You're going to argue, but there's still good times to be had. And you're not going to have a good time if you're with someone that is got this sense of, I just collect the women and I don't care about any rules. I just do what I want to. And they're at my beck and call. That's it. That's why I got them. So I wanted to say that, like I've said before in this video, because it's important and it needs to be talked about. So I hope you guys got some gems from this video. I love doing this work. I love talking to you all about these topics because I'm not afraid to talk about it because we need to have these discussions so that we have a voice as a community, so that we may learn from one another, so that we may spread love among each other and treat each other kindly. That doesn't mean everything's all figured out. It doesn't mean everything's exactly like you want it to be, but it means you're moving toward a common goal that is positive. So that it starts with that hard conversation, self-awareness, self-evaluation, and just some grace and some patience. You know, we like to say, oh, no, I don't want to give any patience. You're going to get some patience because we're not perfected. We're not perfect people. So we need to give ourselves some patience and others as well. But with that, I'm going to leave you guys with a little GLC. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Make sure you guys check us out at outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/store and check us out for details about our coaching and our counseling. All three of us have something there for everyone. So make sure you check us out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Once again, I'm Coach Fatima for OPR. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us because we do have very limited spots and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.